Are the people really angry about the land tax?
They'll be angry when the French are sodomising their wives and planting their fields with garlic.
The Tories must not be rode roughshod over, though. And more dead if we do it.
It is painful to lose men, but we cannot be half-hearted in this, or they will see our weakness and take us, and we will lose thousands more. None for the Queen.
What?
Well, you cannot have hot chocolate. Your stomach, the sugar inflames it.
Abigail, hand me that cup.
Do not.
I'm sorry, I do not know what to do.
Oh, fine. Give it to her. And then you can get a bucket and a mop for the aftermath.
Take me back.
How rare is it to find a script that features such brilliant women, like 3 such brilliant women in the lead? I mean, it's something that watching the film feels depressingly fresh. You know, it's not something that cinema has typically done.
Well, there are fantastic female characters, but very rarely all 3 are the leads. And this, you don't really, certainly the king doesn't, you never see him. And I don't think anyone even mentions his name, her husband. And that's unusual. I mean, Thelma and Louise, they were, you know, bridesmaids. There's lots of fantastic women, but this is particularly special that the men really don't have a say. They're sort of bit parts, which is quite... they were fantastic men. We loved working with them, but that's unusual, I think.
And the power dynamic between the three women is extraordinary too, because there are moments where you feel, for example, with the Queen, that you feel that she's being naive. There are moments where you feel that she's incredibly complicit and knows what's going on. And that's true of all 3 of them. They all kind of play one another. And you know, what you come to realize is the Queen isn't necessarily in charge.
I think our goal from the beginning was to create those very complex, complicated women, and at different points in time in the film to understand different things about them, that they could not be read just from the beginning as one thing. They go through a journey. You understand things about them, and some you wonder about, you know, what their true feelings are, maybe sometimes what their actual goal is. So we were aiming to create those 3 women in a way that, you know, you were intrigued to watch them and understand and wonder about them and want to know more about them as they change through their journey.
You'd worked with Olivia and Rachel before on The Lobster.
I have, yeah.
Tell me about, did you always know that you wanted them for these roles? And tell me about Emma as well and how she came to be involved.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, we had to wait for Olivia for quite some time in order to make this film, so I definitely knew I didn't want to make this film without Olivia.
It was worth the wait.
And it was a puzzle to. That's why it took a little bit longer to put this film together, because I really, it was the most important thing for me to have these 3 actresses, you know, play those roles. I think they bring so much more to it, and so much more than what it was there on the page. And that's what I always try to do with actors, like, you know, try to bring in people that, you know, when they come into contact or into conflict with a character that we've written, you know, something new comes out of that, and, you know, adds other layers that we hadn't even thought of or imagined.